student, this is our class in which we are going to discuss about some numerical uh, which are based on our last class, in which we are in which we have already discussed about the motion of charged particle when it enters in a magnetic field or a cyclotron. Okay, so this is a numerical based class, right? So let's do a first question. In question number 1, a proton enters a uniform magnetic field of 10 power minus 4 Tesla with a speed of 5 into 10 power 5 meter per second. So B is given, magnetic field 10 power minus 4 Tesla, speed is given 5 into 10 power minus 5 meter per second. At what angle must the magnetic field be from the velocity so that the pitch of resulting helical motion is equal to the radius of the helix? So we have to find out theta, and it is given in the question pitch is equals to radius. When these two parameters are equal, and then we have to calculate the value of theta, right? So P is equals to R, and we have already derived the formula of pitch and the radius. So pitch is equals to V parallel component. This one is a velocity of parallel component, this one is a velocity of perpendicular component, right? This is a time period, this is a mass of proton, this is charge of the proton, this is magnetic field B, right? So parallel component is V cos theta. We have already derived the formula of T, which is 2 pi m by qb. Here m V perpendicular V sin theta upon qb. When we common terms are cancelled, same terms are cancelled out, and we have reach here. We have sin theta over cos theta is equals to 2 pi, then theta is equals to 10 inverse upon 2 pi, right? So this is the angle of the magnetic field and the velocity at which P and R, pitch and radius of the helix, are equal. Our second question is, a uniform magnetic field of 30 meter Tesla, B is 30 meter Tesla, 30 milli Tesla, in the positive x direction. That if we have this x, if we have, this is positive x, this is positive y, this is positive z, right? So we have magnetic field in this direction. A particle of charge plus E and having mass this is projected to the field in positive y direction. Positive charge is moving, that means will we have velocity in this direction. That means the angle between velocity vector and magnetic field is 90 degree, right? From here it is clearly seen from this diagram. Okay, and the speed is given as 4.8 into 10 power minus 6 meter per second. So what we have to find? We have to find the force on the charged particle in magnitude and direction. So if we have magnetic field, we have Q, we have velocity. So what is the formula of magnetic force? From the Lorentz force, you remember the formula of magnetic force is equals to Q V cross P, where put E at the place of Q, EVB sin theta, and we already know that the angle between V and B is 90 degrees, so sin 90 is 1. So we have only Fm is equals to EVB. Put all the values. E is electronic charge, whose value is this 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs. Velocity is given, magnetic field is given 30 milli Tesla, and we have to multiply by 10 to the minus 34 milli. We have to convert this milli Tesla to Tesla, right? So we have to multiply by 10 to the minus 3, 13 to 10 to the minus 3 Tesla, right? So we have F is equals to this. And what about the direction? How we calculate the direction of the force? So again we have to use the left hand rule, Fleming's left hand rule, to know the direction of the force. Know the direction of the force. Now what we have to do? We have to stretch our left hand like this. So this is force, this is magnetic field, and this is velocity. So the direction of magnetic field is in this direction and the current is in this direction. That have to stretch our finger like this, right? uh, this first finger, index finger, is in the direction of magnetic field. This middle finger is in the direction of what? Velocity. So this will be the direction of the force, and the direction of the force is in negative z direction, because if we stretch our left hand like this, so this is the positive z direction, this is the positive x direction, this is the positive y direction. Now we have to reverse this hand like this. So we have a direction of the force in negative z direction, right? The next question is, find the force if the particle were negatively charged. Here the particle is positively charged. See, if we have a particle which is negatively charged, so what is the value of force and the direction of the force? The magnitude of the force will be the same and the direction is reverse. Initially we have force in the negative z direction, and for this case we have force whose value is this, which is same as this, and the direction is reverse of this. That means now force will be in positive z direction, right? You have to also get direction from this left hand rule again. Now what is given? A negatively charged particle. If negatively charged particle is given, then the current is moving in the opposite direction, right? If the current is moving in the opposite direction of the motion of the electron, so the the velocity is like in negative y direction, right? Like this, right? So magnetic field is in this direction, magnetic field is in this direction, current is in this direction, and the direction of the force is positive z direction, right? Like this. Got it? Okay. Now the next part of this question is, describe the nature of the path followed by the particle in both the cases. Okay. See, when a charged particle enters in a magnetic field perpendicularly, here you can see that the velocity, the angle between velocity and magnetic field is 90 degree. That means a charged particle enters in a magnetic field perpendicularly. So what is the nature of the path followed by the particle? Obviously it is circular path, right? We have already discussed about this. So the nature of the path followed by the particle in both the cases is circular, and we have to calculate the radius of that circular path, right? All things are which I have discussed just now are written here. So radius, the formula of getting radius is this, mv upon qb. We already derived this formula in our last class, so please go through the last class before doing this class. Or we have all the given data here. We put all the given data in this equation, and we have the value of r, which is 1.67 meter. Okay. Question is, a uniform electric field of magnitude E, which is equals to 100 kilovolt per meter, is directed upward perpendicular to E and directed into the page where there exists a uniform magnetic field of magnitude B is equals to 0.5 Tesla. That means this is something like this. It is given in the question that E electric field is in this direction and magnetic field is in this direction. Magnetic field is in this direction, right? Okay, consider it in this direction. What we have to find out? We have to calculate the velocity. What should be the chosen speed, right? Chosen speed, the particle for which the particle will not be deflected by the cross electric and magnetic field. Where the electric field and magnetic field are perpendicular to each other, that region or that field is called a cross field, and the purpose of the cross field is to cancel each other's effect on the charged particle. Then their force QVB acts downwards. What do I mean by this? I have already discussed these things in our last class, right? So before going to solve this question, let us understand it one more time. If electric field is in the direction, then electric force also in this direction, right? For this magnetic field, consider magnetic field in this direction and velocity in this, sorry, velocity is in this direction, x direction, y direction, z direction. Okay. And we have already know that from Lorentz force, the magnetic force is in the direction is always perpendicular to the plane made by velocity and magnetic field, right? That means the direction of the force is like this, Fm, right? So the statement over here, the purpose of closed field is to cancel each other's effect on the charged particle, right? So that the particle will not be deflected by the cross field. Therefore, these two charges are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. Therefore, we have Q is equals to QEB. So V is equals to E by B. You have see last class for complete understanding about this cross field. We have discussed each and every point of this cross field. Please go through that video, right? So we have velocity is equals to E by B, and we have E also. E is also given in question and B is also given in the question. Put here E and B, and we have velocity is equals to 2 × 10⁵ meter per second, right? Next question. See, this is not actually a question, this is a derivation, and we have already discussed this derivation in detail in our last class. So check our last class for detail. And this question was asked in 2017 in 5 marks, right? This is a very important question. Next question is, a proton and an alpha particle enters at right angle into a uniform magnetic field. Means what is the meaning of this question? A proton enters at right angle into a uniform magnetic field, and an alpha particle enter at right angle into a uniform magnetic field of intensity B. Calculate the radius of their path when they enter the field with the same momentum. What we have to find out? We have to find out the radius of the path followed by a proton and an alpha particle when, in first case, momentum of the proton and momentum of the alpha particle is same, and in the next part, kinetic energy of the proton and kinetic energy of the alpha particle is same. So let's consider that mass of proton is mp, which is equals to 1 unit. Mass of alpha particle is m alpha, which is equals to 4 unit. This is the value of mass of proton and alpha particle, right? Charge of proton Qp is equals to E. Both are positively charged particle. If we consider charge on proton is E, then the charge of alpha particle is 2E, right? These are the constant value, and you have to remember these values to solve these kind of questions, right? And we know the value of R is mv upon qb. Mv is nothing but the linear momentum, which is p is equals to p upon qb. If we want to written momentum in terms of kinetic energy, so this is the relation. We have derived this relation from here. P is equals to mv multiply, and k is equals to half mv square, multiply by both numerator and denominator by m. So we have m square v square upon 2m, mv ka whole square, mv is what? P. So we have p square by 2m. p is equals to 2mk, square हट जाएगा, तो p is equals to under root 2mk, right? So here we have p R is equals to mv by qb, R is equals to p by qb, R is equals to under the root 2 mk over qb, right? So in our first question it is given that momentum are equal. That means momentum of proton and momentum of alpha particle are equal, and we have to calculate the ratio of their radii. So pp is the momentum of proton and p alpha is the momentum of alpha particle. So here, from here, p is, what is p? P is equals to r qb, right? So pp is equals to rp qpb is equals to r alpha q alpha b, right? See, you have to see only this formula. R is equals to p by qb. So p is equals to r qb, right? Right. Okay. So if we want to calculate the ratio of rp by alpha, so we have here rp upon r alpha is equals to q alpha by qb, and we have already written here qp by qp is equals to e and q alpha by is equals to 2a. So put here 2e upon e. So the ratio of their radii is, when their momentum are equal, is 2:1. When kinetic energy of the particles are equal, k alpha is equals to kp. So from here, now forget about these two relation, and you have only take r is equals to under the root 2 mk by qb. So square both side, r square is equals to 2 mk by qb, right? And we have to calculate, we have to arrange this equation in terms of r, right, so that we can have a value of k. So we have k is equals to here r square, if we square both side, r square is equals to 2 mk. Here r square is equals to 2 mk upon q square p square. Cross multiplication, here r square q square b square is equals to 2 mk, and k is equals to r square q square b square upon 2m. So if we have k alpha is equals to kp, so introduce a subscript here, r alpha square q alpha square b square 2 m alpha is equals to rp square qp square b 2 mp, b square cancel out, 2 and 2 will cancel out. We have only r square alpha upon rp square is equals to q p square m alpha q square alpha mp, right? If we remove this square, then we have m alpha under the root m alpha mp into qp by q alpha. Put value of m alpha mp qp and q alpha. We have 4 by 1 and e by 2e. We have 2 into 1 by 2. This is multiply. 2 and 2 will cancel out, and we have 1:1 is the ratio of r alpha and rp, right? And the next question is, write the expression for the magnetic force acting on a charged particle moving with the velocity v in the presence of magnetic field. So what will be the expression? Remember Lorentz force. Here we have given that we have to write the expression for magnetic force, which is Fm, acting on a charged particle. Consider a charged particle having charge q with a velocity moving with a velocity v in the presence of a magnetic field. So what is the expression? Fm is equals to q v cross p. This is the expression, right? Next question, a neutron. In this question there are three particles. A neutron means there are no, this is some kind of neutral charge particle, right? An electron, a negatively charged particle, and an alpha particle, which is a positively charged particle. A neutral particle, a negatively charged particle, and a positively charged particle moving with the equal velocity, having these three particles having a equal velocity, enters in a uniform magnetic field going into the plane of the paper as shown in figure. Trace their path in the field and justify your answer. And this question is very important. CBSE 2016 3 marks में आया है. what is the trajectory followed by these three particles when they entered in a magnetic field? Direction of the magnetic field is into the plane, into the plane, right? And they move perpendicularly in the field. So obviously this alpha particle, this negative electron, negatively charged particle, will follow a circular path, right? And this neutral particle will go straight. There is no charge on this neutron, so this will go straight like this. But what about this and this? See, this is a positively charged particle, so the velocity also in this direction. We have two value, and we have to know the direction, right? So we have to calculate, we have to know the direction of the force, right? So if a magnetic field stretch this left hand in such a way that the first finger pointed towards the direction of the magnetic field like this is the velocity of the alpha charged particle. So this is the, now stretch your thumb, open your thumb. What is the direction of the force? Upward direction. That means alpha particle will go in this way, right? What about this electron, which is the negatively charged particle? If this is a negatively charged particle and it enters in this way in the magnetic field, so the velocity of the that means the current will follow in the opposite direction. That means if electron is moving in this direction, then the current is moving in this direction, so velocity is in this direction, right? In this direction. So now again take your left hand in such a way that magnetic field is in this direction, and magnetic field is in, sorry, this one is magnetic field now. Magnetic field is in this direction. Current, first finger, see, first current is in this direction, so force is in the downward direction. So the force which is exerted on this electron is in this downward direction. So this will move like this will move like this, and this will move like this, right? These are the trajectories followed by neutron, electron and alpha particle. What you have to remember in this question, you have to remember the charge on the particles. Which particle is positively charged, which particle is negatively charged, and which particle is neutral. And then you have to understand how to use your left hand, Fleming's left hand, to know the direction of force, to know the direction of current, to know the direction of field, right? Only then you will be able to solve these kind of questions. These kind of questions are very important, very very important from your examination point of view, right? So this is it for today's class. Oh no, this is not done. Here we have some multiple choice question. They are very simple question and totally based on our last class, right? So this is your kind of homework. Please do it by yourself. These are very simple, very easy. You can easily solve these questions. So these are some 5 questions, 5 multiple choice question, and you have to do it by yourself. These are very simple, right? So this is it for today's class. Bye. Stay safe, stay at home. Bye.